Greetings YouTube, let's watch Thor. This is the fourth film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I know not everybody liked it. I did. I quite like the way that they focus on family and the characters. I know that the action happens on Earth, and I know Thor is depowered for most of it. I know all of that. I still like this film. Let's have a look. Sciencey numbers, very important. Makes them look like they know what they're doing.
What are you doing? I am not dying for 6 college credits!
There's a sensible person. You know, now that I think about it, even back in this film, Chris Hemsworth had a little bit of a comedy side. It wasn't until Thor Ragnarok he was allowed to cut loose properly.
Some worlds man believed to be home to their gods. Others they knew to fear.
Anthony Hopkins doing the narration, always a good thing. I'm just sorry that I know that he's getting on a bit, but I'm sorry that we don't get to see Odin do anything awesome. I mean, he does a little tiny bit, but it's mostly for flashy effect. Apparently when this guy fights, he blows up stars in the comics.
To the realm eternal, Asgard.
The layout of Asgard always kind of reminds me of Discworld. The way that it's just a round disc that sort of hovers in space. All it's missing is the elephants and the turtle. Got the classic helmet on, of course. Not white wings, of course. I didn't want it to be too ridiculous. There's a certain grounding. He never wears that helmet ever again, I don't think. He gets a similar helmet in Ragnarok, of course, but... When this film came out, people got a bit excited because they thought they recognised some of the artefacts, and I didn't mean anything to me, but they were pointing out things like, oh, you can see the Eye of Agamotto and things like that. I remember someone saying that, but then Hela in Ragnarok says, nah, most of them are fake. Ow!
If it's any consolation, I think you're right. About the frost giants, about Laufey, about everything.
Stirring the pot.
Fandral, Hogan, Volstagg.
And after those character introductions, you will proceed to forget every single one of them. You'll remember what they looked like, but you won't remember the names. I've already forgotten them, and I've seen this film loads of times. Sif is the only one I remember. Idris Elba, of course. You know, with all the racket and the light that the Rainbow Bridge portal uses, I'm amazed nobody came after them quicker.
We shouldn't be here.
You're an idiot. You've already arrived.
That's more like it.
A hammer was always cool. They didn't have to break it, you know. I like how Loki's powers are shown as different to most of the people. Most of the people in this scene, well, everyone else is just fighting melee style. Even back in this film, they were trying to use the hammer creatively. Did he ever do that move ever again? Seems to be collapsing the whole planet. Can't think why he'd never do it again. And you never see Odin's 8-legged horse ever again. Ever. This is my only regret about these Thor films, is that you put Anthony Hopkins in the role, but you didn't really have him do a right lot. Again, because he's getting on a bit.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy! And you are an old man and a fool!
See, I like all of this. It gives you investment with the characters. This is what I liked about this film.
I now take from you your power.
One of the very rare times that Mjolnir is ever held by someone else. It's supposed to be impossible, but there's a surprising number of people who can do it.
Whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
And that's what we call a get-out clause.
I think that was legally your fault. Get the first aid kit.
Do me a favor and don't be dead.
Do us all a favour and don't be dead. I know the Dark World wasn't brilliant, but... You know, considering that Odin threw the hammer straight through the portal after he threw Thor through, I'm surprised the hammer dropped down so late after.
Hi. Just taking a little blood.
How dare you attack the son of Odin!
In all fairness, I don't think he was attacking you. In fact, you're attacking him. In fact, you're attacking a lot of people.
You are no match for the mighty!
Hey, check this out.
No, it can't be.
Superhero films really like their sky beams. That makes twice she's done that.
Swear I'm not doing this on purpose.
I'm pretty sure you are at this point. I like the way these people are just having a party around this thing.
Did it work?
There he is!
Sir, we found it.
Clark Gregg! Wrong kind of footwear, by the way. You'd probably be better off in boots.
How did the god even know?
I told him.
You told the god?
I saved our lives. I had no idea Father would banish him for what he did.
Stirring the pot.
Stop!
How does he know what's going on in the treasury? Is there a silent alarm next to his throne, or is he just psychic?
Why? You took me for a purpose. What was it? Tell me!
I think that's maybe what people took exception to. There wasn't much Thor, in other words.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
As you do. That's a perfectly good cop. Why would you do that?
Which way?
50 miles west of here.
I'm assuming Thor knows which way is west on Earth. For that matter, you can tell which way is north, south, east, west on Earth by the position of the sun. Something's just occurred to me. Does Asgard have a sun? I've just never noticed before. It has day and night cycles, but where's the sun? I kind of want to know now.
Hey! That's my stuff!
It was very convenient that he happened to stop right there with all their stuff. And honk his horn just to make sure that they, you know, saw it.
Thank you for cooperation.
Back when I saw this film, I wanted to slap him for saying that, but what a difference quite a few films and a TV show makes.
You can bring your urgent matter to me. Your king.
Da, da, da.
I need a horse.
We don't have horses, just dogs, cats, birds.
And give me one of those large enough to ride.
Does Asgard not have any of the other animals? Is the only animal they have horses? Makes me wonder, where's their agricultural land?
What you seek, it's a bridge.
Like an Einstein Rosen bridge?
More like a rainbow bridge.
I never get used to seeing him like this. How long will it last? So why did he lie?
See, Loki may have inherited his mother's powers, but it seems like he inherited his father's sneakery.
Agent down. We've got a perimeter breach.
Unsubtle to the end.
I need eyes up high with a gun.
Seriously, why did Hawkeye go for the rifle first if he's better with the bow? I feel like that shot was purely for cinematic reasons rather than, oh, I'll go for the right. No, I'll go for the bow. I like how the film kind of builds this moment up, and he's going to get the hammer, he's going to get the hammer! Or not. Whack, 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 whack.
All right, show's over.
Hawkeye's first appearance, and he didn't even get to do anything. He'll make up for it later. And then he'll completely disappear.
You made my men, some of the most highly trained professionals in the world, look like a bunch of minimum wage mall cops.
Maybe you need to up your recruiting program. At this point, S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't exactly stuck for resources. They are later for a bit.
Don't go anywhere.
Such a simple visual trick. Kind of thing you might see in an old TV show like Bewitched. It works though.
Let me explain to Father.
Father is dead.
What?
Stirring the pot. Stirring the pot. Stir it. Yeah, sorry.
Sir?
I'm not sure it's such a good idea to have a computer going beep, 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 beep when you're trying to catch somebody out with a fake ID. It kind of tips them off if they're listening. I mean, maybe Selvig is standing too far away in that instance, but even so, they should probably change that software.
You know, I had it all backwards. I had it all wrong.
Film's only halfway over, and yeah, I agree with people when they say Thor's turnaround is very quick. Because the film's 2 hours long, we're an hour in, and he's cottoning on. I don't know about you, but the one on the right looks better qualified to do this.
Kill him.
It's a good job the rest of the film is nice and bright and colourful, because these bits on Jotunheim are very dark and hard to see. We're kind of straying into DC territory here, and that's not a good thing.
And a handful of your soldiers lead you into Odin's chambers, and you can slay him where he lies.
Stirring the pot, stirring the pot.
Is he okay?
He's fine, not injured at all.
I'm not sure he fits your definition of fine.
I come up here sometimes when I can't sleep, or when I'm trying to reconcile particle data, or when Darcy's driving me crazy.
I suspect more often because Darcy drives you crazy.
Your ancestors called it magic, and you call it science. Well, I come from a place where they're one and the same thing.
I'm pretty sure they're not the same thing.
Shame on you, don't you care?
Do not mistake my appetite for apathy!
That's actually quite a good line.
Shush. Heimdall might be watching.
Heimdall demands your presence.
Damn, that guy works fast. Really fast.
You would defy the commands of Loki, our king. Commit treason to bring Thor back?
Yes.
Good.
I've forgotten about that bit.
I cannot open the bridge to you.
Now what do we do?
Heimdall just walked away from the Rainbow Bridge. He already said that if he leaves the bridge open, it blows up whatever it attaches to. So I'm assuming he's coming back to turn it off after they've gone.
At base, we've got Xena, Jackie Chan, and Robin Hood.
I'm pretty sure that's racist. Also, who was the fourth one? I kind of want to know now.
I don't believe it.
Oh, excuse me. The Lady Sif and the Warriors 3.
That's why I can't remember any other bugger's name apart from hers. Hers is the only name they keep saying. The other ones, who cares?
My father is dead because of me.
Your father still lives.
Tell me, Loki.
Bloody hell, Loki's short compared to him. Either that or he's standing a lot further back from the camera. Damn.
Is that one of Stark's?
I don't know. Guy never tells me anything.
At this point in the cinematic universe, Marvel are still very reliant on Iron Man, even though he's not even in the film. Probably a good job that Loki specified destroy everything instead of everyone. Otherwise it would have probably been a damn better shot. That was cool. Okay, that was cool. Seriously, the thing missed from that distance. It wasn't even trying to aim at her. It had pitch perfect accuracy when it was blasting the frost giants early on. That's it, the end, the film's over.
Whosoever holds this hammer.
Oh wait, there's another half hour to go. Silly me. Does Mjolnir come with its own set of armour sort of built into the handle or something? An hour and a half in and we finally get some proper superhero stuff. I don't mind though. I still like all the story and character stuff built in up to this point. It's just a pity that they had to rely on, you know, Earth and name-dropping Stark, you know, they... Even at this point, Marvel still feel the need to be tied down by that. And I've just realised watching that sequence back. There's two moves there that they repeated for Infinity War. If I were those two, I'd have already taken a few swipes at that guy. Too late, he's already broken out. How does the Rainbow Bridge know what to connect to? There's no controls, you just stick the sword or the spear into it and it just goes all glowy, and how does it know where the destination is?
Hand of Loki. And your death came by the son of Odin.
Loki, this is madness.
Is it madness? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the few instances in Marvel's Phase 1 where the good guy and the bad guy, and I'm doing that because it's sort of relative at this point, but they don't have the same power set. And I like that. Where the hell have you been? Actually, he's been in bed. Never gonna happen. Or at least it hasn't in about 20 odd films. Where did she disappear off to anyway? She appears in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a little, twice, as far as I'm aware anyway, and I've watched 4 seasons.
You'll be a wise king.
You let a hammer make that decision. A hammer. There is no sun. There is no sun in that shot. How the hell is it daytime and nighttime at different times on Asgard? Seriously. Someone explain that to me. Got through a whole bottle. Right. Only the one. So that was Thor. I still like it. And yeah, it's definitely not the best of the Marvel films. Definitely not. But I still like what they did with the story and the characters, and it's a good introduction for him. Because the Norse gods traditionally are very arrogant and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this conversation. I'm going to stop wittering then. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. See you next time. What is next? Captain America, the First Avenger. Assuming YouTube doesn't block me.